Every world has a story. Every choice leaves an echo. Every memory belongs somewhere. But what happens when you wake up inside a life that isn't yours? Welcome to Bella Between Worlds. Bella nudged Mary as they walked through the school hallway. A small, familiar gesture. Lockers slammed, shoes scuffed against polished floors. Fluorescent lights hummed overhead as voices rose and faded into the background. But most of it barely reached Bella at all. The air carried the faint scent of rain, drifting in each time the front doors opened. Bella stopped at a locker. She stepped forward too confidently and clipped the metal edge with her shoulder. The sound rang sharper in her head than it should have. Heat crept up her neck. She laughed before the moment could settle, rubbing her shoulder as she shook her head.
That locker definitely moved.
Mary's smile came instantly, easy and knowing.
Bold strategy. Blame the building. It's hostile architecture. I felt attacked.
Their laughter folded back into the noise of the hallway, unremarkable and perfectly at home there. Bella felt the embarrassment drain away, dissolved by humour before it could fully take hold. She'd learned early that laughter softened edges, that awkward moments rarely lingered if someone refused to let them. She noticed how quickly the atmosphere changed afterward, how easily warmth returned. She always noticed things like that. Small moments that felt heavier than they should have. Sometimes she had the strange, quiet sense that moments didn't end so much as thin out, like paper worn soft at the edges, still there, waiting to be stepped through again. Bella stood just over 5 feet tall, long brown hair falling in loose waves around green eyes that lingered on details most people passed by. There was an unforced steadiness to her, something calm and unannounced. Beauty existed there without effort or awareness. People noticed her often. Bella rarely noticed back. Mary, on the other hand, drew attention without trying. Tall, model-like, confident without sharpness, she wore her presence lightly, as if it belonged to someone else. Confidence wasn't something she performed, it simply rested on her naturally. Despite that, both girls were known for their kindness. Not the loud kind, not the obvious kind, the quieter kind that went unseen until it mattered. They noticed who lingered at the edges of rooms, who hesitated before speaking, who looked like they wanted to disappear. As they neared their classroom, Bella caught sight of a freshman standing awkwardly near the doorway, gripping a notebook too tightly. Without thinking, she offered him a small smile as she passed. The boy's shoulders eased instantly, tension loosening as if someone had finally acknowledged he existed. Bella didn't slow down or look back. Bella nudged one drifting page back toward the pile with her foot as she walked past. Small things, nearly invisible things. Walking beside Mary felt natural, like a rhythm she'd stepped into years ago and never questioned. Some friendships burned bright and brief, but this one had settled quietly into her life, woven through ordinary days until it no longer felt separate from herself. Their conversation drifted, light, forgettable, effortless. A classroom door suddenly swung open ahead of them, forcing Bella to sidestep at the last
it really
second.
is after you. I've been saying that all day.
The hallway swallowed their laughter again. And beneath the steady pulse of the afternoon, unnoticed by everyone around her, something subtle had already begun to change. The final bell rang. Bella slung her backpack over one shoulder and headed toward the exit when her phone buzzed. Mary's message lit the screen. "Running late, work emergency, I'm so sorry. Are you okay walking?" Bella hesitated only a second before typing back. "Yeah, it's fine. See you tomorrow." Outside, a light drizzle had begun to fall. Clouds pressed low overhead as rain darkened the pavement. Bella pulled up her hood and started the walk home. She didn't look back at the school. Instead, she focused on the rhythm of her steps, letting the familiar motion steady her thoughts. The rain thickened gradually, softening the edges of the street. Sound dulled. Houses blurred faintly through the mist. Bella thought suddenly of another walk home once. Mary laughing beside her, a yellow raincoat flashing through puddles. But the memory slipped away before it could fully settle. As she rounded the corner, warmth brushed through her unexpectedly. A memory. Her father's hand steadying the back of her bicycle. Her mother's laughter drifting through a quiet kitchen. Her sister racing ahead, fearless and bright. And Mary, standing in sunlight after the rain, laughing as if nothing in the world could ever pull them apart. The warmth thinned. The images wavered, their edges loosening, as though something unseen was pulling them away. Then the ground shifted, not breaking, not collapsing, just gone. And Bella was falling into a darkness that felt vast and patient, where nothing was familiar and the silence itself seemed to wait. Warmth came first. Not sight or sound, but sensation. Safety pressed gently against her skin. Her father's laughter drifted somewhere nearby, rich and easy, carrying a scent of smoke and summer air. Her mother's arms held her steady. Her sister's laughter echoed brightly in the distance. The moments folded into one another, glowing softly before the darkness began to take them. Then they began to slip away. The laughter stretched thin, warping slowly into the steady tick-tock of a clock she couldn't see. Warmth loosened from her skin, the air cooled around her. One by one, the sounds faded, as though being pulled backward through a slowly closing door. She surfaced slowly, as if waking inside a dream she wasn't ready to leave. When Bella opened her eyes, the light felt wrong. Flat, pale, unfamiliar. Tick-tock. The sound pulled Bella fully awake from the darkness. For several seconds she remained perfectly still, suspended in the fragile space between dreaming and consciousness. Soft morning light spilled through sheer curtains, painting pale gold across white walls she had never seen before. Confusion settled into her chest like ice water. This wasn't her room. Bella sat upright too quickly, her pulse spiking instantly. The bedroom looked beautiful in a cold, carefully staged sort of way. Antique furniture, bookshelves lined with worn novels, white walls untouched by personality. Nothing felt like hers.
Where am I?
No answer came. Only the ticking. Bella pushed the blankets aside and crossed the room on unsteady legs. Near the window stood a tall mirror, reflecting the pale morning light. She froze. Deep crimson-red hair framed a face that was almost hers, but not entirely. Her eyes looked slightly sharper, her cheekbones more defined. She seemed taller somehow, leaner, as if someone had taken the original version of her and adjusted the details. In her real life, her hair had been dark brown, not this vivid, unnatural shade of crimson. Slowly, Bella reached up and touched the strands hanging beside her face. The reflection stared back silently. Outside the room, the grandfather clock continued its steady rhythm. A chill slipped beneath Bella's skin. She forced herself toward the bedroom door and stepped carefully into the hallway. Family photographs lined the walls. In every picture, the red-haired girl smiled beside people Bella didn't recognize. The grandfather clock stood at the end of the hallway, beneath the dim morning light, its pendulum swinging lazily back and forth. 7 o'clock. The smell of bacon drifted through the house. The kitchen glowed warmly beneath sunlight pouring through the windows. A woman stood at the stove, flipping bacon in a pan. Her hair was the same deep crimson shade. The woman turned and smiled instantly.
Oh, hey, sweetie.
The warmth in her voice struck Bella like a physical force. Then suddenly, memories crashed violently into her mind. Birthday candles glowing in dark rooms, late night conversations in this kitchen, family dinners filled with laughter, school mornings, Christmas mornings, years of memories flooded into place all at once. Not her memories, yet terrifyingly real. Bella grabbed the doorway as dizziness swept through her.
Mom.
The woman's smile softened.
You okay, honey?
Bella nodded automatically, despite the panic clawing beneath her skin. Because underneath the foreign memories settling into her mind, one truth remained untouched. She did not belong here.